Hello everyone, this is Crystal Potthoff from Prayerful Arts, and today we're going to do another version of this design, which is meant to look like a flower. You kind of have the flower here and the petal, the center of the flower, and it's kind of coming out, very springy looking. It was a lot of fun to do. We're going to take a similar division and we're going to make fish. And let me show you what it looks like. So first off, I've dyed my egg yellow and I drew the lines with a regular pencil. And you can see how I drew the lines on the video that I'll link for the other egg that I did. So now we're getting ready to put some wax on the line. So all the lines will be yellow, the initial lines will be yellow, and there won't be any white on the egg, or at least that's not my plan at this point. Now, I will tell you, I want to thank everyone over the years for bearing with me, because I'm not a videographer, but I do my best with the YouTube channel. I did this whole side, and then when I looked at it, I had drawn the whole thing like down here, so you can see it on the camera. Like, oh my goodness. Well, so I'm videotaping it again, and I'm going to keep the egg in the center so you can see it. Hopefully, at least that's going to be my plan this time. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Luba's Electric with the medium tip, and I'm using my Ukrainian Accessories blue wax. Comes like that. Fill it up, wipe it off. All right, so I drew it with the regular pencil rather than the watercolor pencil for a couple reasons. I wanted to make sure the lines were going to be there after I put it in the yellow dye, and I have a blue and a red. I didn't want the dye to turn green or orange. I wanted the lines to be yellow, so that's why I used the regular pencil. So there's a need for that too. All right, so we're going to start off, and we're going to draw the curve shape first. And I'm not going to put the curl on the end. I'm just going to go out straight and stop right about like that. And I've drawn the other one here, so I'm stopping before I get to that one. Now I'm going to draw the line that goes up. And just like I did on the other one, where it gets to about here, I'm going to curve it. And then I'm going to come down and draw the other side of the fish tail. And that's all I'm going to do on each one. I'm going to come back and we'll come back and fill in the inside and finish the tail after we draw all the other 3 fish, because we want to make sure we have room for all the elements, and it will kind of make sense as we go along. So there's fish number 2. Kind of keeping my eye on the camera to make sure I don't go off camera again. I was just working away on it, not paying any attention to where it was showing up on the camera. All right. And all right, so we have the start of the fish. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the inside of the fish. So it's going to have a little mouth, an eye, and then this is going to kind of delineate where the head is. And then you can make this part as elaborate as you want. I'm just going to keep it simple, And I'm going to put a couple of wavy lines in here. That kind of represent the fish scales. Now I'm going to put the things that are on the top, like its fins. So it's going to go like this. And again, I didn't draw any of this with a pencil. If you feel more comfortable drawing it with a pencil, you can. And see, now that's why I didn't finish the tail, because I wanted to know how far these were going to come up. So now I can finish this tail on this one. And then we'll just put some lines in it. Do I want? No, I don't want one there. Okay. All right. So that's one fish done. Now we'll work on the next one. Mouth, eye, head, fins, scales, and tail on the other one. Oh, that's fun. And you can make your fish any colors you want. So these are kind of going to be a variation of a goldfish, maybe. I don't know. No, well, I don't know. They're my fish. They can be whatever color they want to be. And fish, of course, are a symbol for Christ. And these fish actually form into the shape of a cross. And our last one. And I believe I've managed to keep the whole process on the camera. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. All right. There we have it. All right. So what I'm going to do now is plug the egg, and I'm going to dye it in, I think I'm going to dye it in pumpkin because I want kind of a deeper orange on the egg. All right, so we're going to dye it in pumpkin, and I will be back. And we're back with our pretty orange fish. So let's add some wax to everything we want to stay orange. And all right. So I know I want the mouth to be orange, so we're going to fill in that. So I'm going to do it on all of them because this is normally how I work. I fill in the same thing on all, just so I don't forget one. Now, generally, this works for me, not always. Okay, so we're going to give our fish some eyelashes. So I'm just going to kind of go around it like this. Ah, isn't that cute? Okay, it's got some eyelashes. Now in here, in the little finny things, I'm just going to put like a little a little like thing like that. I don't know what you call it. It's so I'm not filling it in. I'm just putting in a little teardrop shape. To be honest, whatever fits in there, but I'm not completely filling it in. And now let's see. Do we want the tail to be orange? Let me think about this. Oh, you know what? We're going to put another line here. And then, what do I want to do? Let's see. I want the head is going to be red. I need something to kind of break it up. Okay, we'll do this. All right, that'll work. And then that can be red. And then, all right, so we'll put a few more wavy lines in here with the orange. Give me a crazy looking fish. And then, do I want the tail to be orange? You know, I think I do. I think otherwise I'm going to have just a little too much red on the fish. So we'll fill in the tail. Okay, now after I said, oh, I do everything on one, obviously I didn't. But I did have to kind of think through that. So you know, maybe you want to think through what you want to put on it rather than make it up as you go along like I did. Okay, let's do one more. So I'm drawing another line like this, and then I'm drawing lines like this, and then just putting in a few more random wavy lines with the orange, putting in a little loopy thing here, and then completely waxing in the tail. All right, so I'm going to do that on the rest of these, and then I am going to dye it in the Ukrainian gift shop. I believe I'm going to use red. I thought about using scarlet. Either one would work. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Okay, I'll be back, and I will have the egg dyed in the next color. All right, so we have a beautiful red egg. And because I have some rather large areas to fill in, I'm going to use my candle heated, or in this case, alcohol lamp heated Kiska to put some wax in it. And then hopefully I won't burn up my camera in the meantime. Okay, I'll put you off to the side. And you don't have to use a candle heated. I mean, you can use an electric. It's entirely up to you. All right, so what I want to be red is the body of the fish. So it's going to have these yellow and orange lines in it representing like the fish scales and that. And I could have drawn like fish scales that, you know, went like that. But I chose to do, okay, that's kind of in the way. So the body, and then we're excuse me, I'm going to fill in each one of these. And then I'm going to do the face, but I'm not going to do the eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and I'm going to go all around the eye very carefully. I mean, I am going over the top of the, where I'd waxed it orange, because that part doesn't matter. But all around there, we'll leave the eye will be the final color. All right. So I'm going to do that on the other fish, and then I am going to try an experiment because I've been in an experimental phase lately. I am going to put this directly in the Ukrainian gift shop royal blue. I am not going to wash it back. I'm just going to see what happens with the color. I have no idea. I don't know if I'll get blue, purple, or something in between. So we'll find out. All right. I'll be back. All right, we're ready for the experiment. I got my royal blue here from Ukrainian gift shop. It's a little scuzzy looking on the top. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the egg is red. I'm putting it right into the royal blue. We're going to see what we get. It's going to go in there and it's going to sit for 3 minutes. All right, it has been about 3 minutes. It was a little over 3 minutes because I got distracted doing something else. Oh, look at that color. It's kind of a bluish purple. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I think that's going to look nice too against the yellow lines. So what happened here was you got a little bit of the color wheel effect because the egg was red and I put it in the blue. And so if I want it, and on camera it's showing up maybe a little more blue. I don't know, but it's kind of a bluish purple. I really like it. Okay, let's get the wax off this and see what we have. And here's our final finished Pysanky, although it does need to be varnished. I really like it. It's, what's that? I don't know. It turned out fun. I got some fish, some pretty fish, and so it's using this pattern and adapting it to be a fish. All right, that was fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next time with a new video. In the meantime, have a wonderful day.